What's up there, guys? This is Frank. Today we will be talking about an incredibly powerful wealth building tool, one that is used by self-made millionaires, and that is a tool that can and should be used by everyone. So if you stay here and hang with me and watch this video until the very end, you will learn how to budget in a way that will make you very wealthy later on in life. So I'm going to share with you in this video exactly how you can put together a budget that will give you financial freedom in the future and be able to give you the capability to drive a Tesla, and why you should make a budget. Now join with me as we go to the computer, and I'm going to show you how I create a budget using a software system called the EveryDollar Budget app. It's an app that you can have on your phone and on the computer, so I can continue checking up with it throughout the month. Now please remember that this is only an example, and all these numbers are not necessarily real numbers. I'm going to start here with income. That's the first line item on this budget, and I am a realtor in the state of North Dakota and Minnesota. I am planning on having a real estate commission come in for this coming month. So I have this real estate line item here with $2,716 planned for my real estate commission, and I'm looking forward to that, of course. Because we have had this whole illness situation going on, I have not been doing any flight instruction, so I'm going to leave this flight instructing line here at $0 because, well, I haven't really been doing that. I'm out of a job, and that's going to have to be how it is. GI Bill. For the GI Bill, I am a veteran. I am going to college right now. I'm nearly done. But for the month of May, I am planning on having $1,160.80 coming in for the month. So that's going to be great to have come in. And because I am in that lower income bracket right now, I have obtained that stimulus check. So I'm going to write in here government stimulus, and I obtained $1,200 for that for the month. So I get to put that into my budget as well, so I can spend that, and I'm going to spend that smartly. So now, going on down here, giving, I have that at $507.68 for the month, and I like to give 10% of my income. So there, over here, it's set up at 10%, which is right where I like that. Now, the next most important thing to me is savings. I like to really plan this out, and the thing that I like to plan the most is Roth IRA. That I always have set at $500, so I can max out my Roth IRA at $6,000 per year. 6,000 divided by 12 gives you that $500 a month. Since they've increased it to that 6,000, it's been really easy to just know exactly how much you have to put away, because it's just a flat out $500 to hit that $6,000 per year for your Roth IRA to get that tax-free retirement when you go to retire. Now I'm going to leave the rest of these two alone, emergency fund and Charles Schwab for investing, because I'm going to go through the rest of my budget, make sure that's all set, and then I'll return to that to finalize that with what I have left for the month. And we move into housing now. Rent, I am paying rent currently. I pay $1,050 for rent for my apartment, and electricity is budgeted out at $61 per month. So that I feel okay with, because my income for this month being at $5,000 puts my housing to 22%, which is below that 25%, and that is okay with me. I like to keep my housing expense below a quarter of my take-home pay, and that's where it is for the month. Next, we like to move into transportation. So for transportation, I am planning $75, and that usually goes to pay for fuel. Now, I generally have to do quite a bit of driving, so $75 should keep me covered for the month, and whatever I do not spend for the month, I like to just roll over to the next month for my transportation. Now, I like to go into food here. I plan out groceries and restaurants, both separately. These two things I will be putting in an envelope system, which I will show you guys that at the end of the video here. And I will budget out $500 for this month for groceries and $50 for restaurants. About usually the only thing I spend for restaurants nowadays is I do like to go to In-N-Out every once in a while, maybe once a week, go to In-N-Out to get some delicious burgers and French fries or something, and maybe every once in a while hit the Starbucks. Go to Starbucks, get some good coffee. So now I'm going to move into CrossFit. This was at 0. I just upped it to 135 for the month because I believe the CrossFit gym is going to be opening back up in May. We'll have to see. If it doesn't, then I'll just roll it back into that emergency fund. Or in fact, I might even increase it up here in this giving amount and give it to the gym. We'll see what I decide to do at that point. But for right now, it's at 135 for the month for CrossFit. That's what I generally like to plan. Sports and entertainment, I may keep that at 0 because I haven't been using anything. I don't watch Netflix or anything like that. So sports, I'm not going to any games or anything. So I'm going to keep that at 0. Miscellaneous, I like to put about $100 in that for the month in case I find some unplanned expenses coming up. That's usually about enough to cover me for that. Haircuts, I have not been getting a haircut at all. Let me rephrase that. I have not been paying for a haircut, so I've been just cutting my hair myself, and I'm going to try that out again this month and keep that at $0. Cell phone, that's budgeted at $104 a month. I know that's what it's going to cost me for this coming month. Clothes, yeah, I know I don't really spend any money on clothes. I like to keep my clothes in good condition and just wash them and wear them, and I don't really have a need to buy more clothes. My clothes are fine with me, and I know, ladies, you guys are a little bit different when it comes to that, so to each their own. Real estate, since I am a realtor, I have fees to pay as a realtor, and they're generally about $109, $110 a month, so I'm going to keep it at that. Flying, I haven't been doing a whole lot of flying with this whole illness thing, so I'm going to leave that again at $0. Now, car insurance. This is a sinking fund for me. Sinking fund, basically I'm saving $70 a month for 6 months, and then I will have the money needed to go ahead and pay my car insurance for my vehicle, and I will put that in an envelope as well. When it comes down here to debt, I have debt at 0 because I actually honestly don't have any debt. My credit cards are all at 0 and don't have any student loans or anything like that. So now we have $1,815. I'm going to go back up here to that savings line item here and make a couple investments. I am going to throw $1,000 into the stock market because the stock market seems, in my opinion, to be getting pretty low for the month. So I'm going to invest $1,000 into stocks and emergency fund. That's where I'm going to throw the rest of this money in there. Put that at $815. So now looking over here, giving is locked in at 10%. Savings and investing is locked in at that 46%, nearly about 50%. That's generally about where I like to keep it. Housing is less than 25% of my take-home pay, which works out great for me. Transportation is in the 1% there, which is really low. I like to keep it there. Eating healthy here and keeping that about 11%, which is really easy for me to be able to eat really healthy as an athlete at $500, $550 displayed there. Lifestyle line item is displayed at 9%, which gives me enough to do what I need to do. So that is how I make my budget for the month of May. So now that we've finished putting together the EveryDollar Budget app and getting that all finalized to how we want to spend money throughout the whole month, I'm going to now take the cash and put it into my envelope system here that I like to use to do my actual envelope dollar system throughout the month. So for example, for groceries, I'm going to take this $100 bill. Now I know the budget said to do $500 for a month. I'm going to take that $500 and roughly break it down to a week, and that would equivalent to $125 a week. But for the example of this, I'm going to just use $100, put that into the grocery envelope. Now I would take a pen and write on the grocery envelope $100 to say that that's been deposited into the envelope. and as well as take $50 for restaurants and put that into the restaurant envelope. And that way I will have that in here for restaurants for the month and groceries for the week. And then make sure to write on the envelope what the deposit amount is and when you made it. So the great thing about creating a budget is after you have put one together several times, it becomes really quick and easy to do. But the first time, maybe spend about 15 minutes or so on it, and then every time after that, you'll be able to look at your budget from last month, see how you tailored it all out, and then it only takes like maybe 5 minutes. But the thing with that is if you have a spouse or a significant other, that you make sure you both agree on everything with your budget. And if it's your first time, make sure that the person that does not enjoy doing the budget as much changes at least one, if not two things on the budget. Even if it's moving $1, something as little as $1 from here to there. But make sure you do that, and then at the end of it, sign it together. That usually helps a lot, so you two both stick to it, or at least make a contract to yourself, if you're the only one doing the budget, that you will stick to it yourself. Thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate your time, and if you haven't done so yet already, please subscribe to the channel to see more videos like this. Hit that like button and leave me a comment down below at the end letting me know what you think about my way of doing a budget, and if you do the same or something a little bit different. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, cheers.